Buenas, buenas. Vamos a seguir jugando a Dragon Age Origins porque hoy es fin de semana de Dragon Age. He empezado un poquito antes también porque es que ya lo tenía todo preparado, así que... hago lo suyo de... Así que... voy a hacer la compartición para que se entere la gente. Uy, perdona. La compartición. Y nos ponemos enseguida. Voy a poner el chat y el tema de las actividades, que lo tengo aparte. Y vamos a jugar Dragon Age. No, nos habíamos quedado aquí. Esta es una de las cosas que me molan de... va a salir doble. No, no va a salir doble, porque ya lo he quitado. Estábamos aquí. Ahí hay un queso y un arco. Hola, Zumi. Pues hoy estoy un poco fastidiada, no te lo voy a negar, ¿eh?
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Estoy un poco fastidiadilla. Vamos a estar un ratete. Si no pierdo la mano ni nada.
Since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open.
PR
I am originally from
1932.
Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that
¿Cómo
lies
estamos?
beneath
Estamos
the
aquí
stately
jugando un
Frostback
ratillo a
Mountains.
Dragon Age Origins.
I was a merchant there too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind.
El tema de las castas es bastante interesante con el tema de los enanos, aquí en Dragon Age.
The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Me basta con la versión.
Was I being too long-winded? My apologies. To make a long story short, I fled home to live on the surface. It's been a decent enough life, I suppose. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Esto aquí y esto acá y vamos a ver qué tiene este señor. En realidad no, porque... Esto no porque me sirve. Esto también me sirve.
Of course.
Uy, me he equivocado de botón. Qué raro en mí que me equivoqué de botones. Este no tiene nada. Bueno, hemos dicho que vamos a pegar el bastón. Este es mejor que el tuyo. Es mejor. Gracias por pasarte. Hola, Palmer. No te había visto. Cuando estoy jugando os veo más tarde que cuando estoy haciendo otras cosas. No me lo toméis en cuenta. No eres invisible, es que tengo que estar a 1000 cosas. Cuando dibujo utilizo el OBS, que es diferente a este programa. Me voy a llevar a Lister, a Morrigan. Oh no.
Damnation.
Sí, me voy a llevar a Morrigan. Y a Leliana. Sí, hoy no me llevo al perro. Sí, pero yo me quiero ir. ¿Por qué no me deja irme? Sí. Siento como que me está vacilando. Vale. Mejor. Vale, ahora ya tenemos... desbloqueados prácticamente todo el mapa. Vale. Mi idea... Os voy a explicar un poco. Vamos a salir de aquí y no vamos a poder volver a Lotharin, ¿vale? Por cosas de la historia que ahora lo veremos. Y nuestra misión ahora mismo es reunir, ¿vale? A los pueblos, a los magos, a los elfos dalisanos, a los enanos de Orzammar y a los humanos para luchar contra la ruina. En los alrededores del bosque de Brecilia hay un campamento de elfos dalisanos. En Denerim... Yo no me metería en Denerim ahora mismo, ¿vale? O sea, porque somos personas no gratas. Calenhat es donde está la torre del círculo, ¿vale? El lago de Calenja. Y es donde están los magos, básicamente. Y las montañas de la espada helada es donde está Orzamar. Yo voy a ir a Risco Rojo, ¿vale? Porque en Risco Rojo luego nos vamos a encontrar gentusilla, como digo yo, que necesita ayuda de otras regiones.
I see enemies ahead. Got it. I'll get on it. Can I get you a lamp? Alright. Got it. I'll get on it. Can I get you a lamp? You can get off my back. Alright. Got it. Can I get you a lamp? You can get off my back. I'll get on it. Can I get you a lamp? You can get off my back. Poor bastard. Now it's better than making.
That's it!
Alright. Got it. Can I get you a lamp? You can get off my back. Trap right ahead. I'll get on it. Now it's better than making.
Pero ya está. Vamos a saquear todo lo que hay por ahí.
Just like you wanted. Sorry. Can't do that.
Lastimica.
What's next?
Los virotes de momento no me sirven para nada porque necesito ¿cómo se llama? La ballesta. O sea,
Tis you.
no tengo a nadie con el... Vale, lo siguiente que tengo que subir de Leliana es el tema de las desactivaciones de trampas y eso. Espera, que hay otro.
Got it. Can I get you a lamp? So you can get off my back.
Pero bueno, ¿dónde ha salido toda esta peña?
Trap right ahead.
Me la he comido pero con patata, chaval.
Alright.
Por saco la ricada. ¿Qué me va a pasar? No. Espera, que ahora me voy a quedar aquí atrapada porque yo soy así de inteligente.
Isn't there something better we could be doing? Killing things, perhaps?
No pasa nada porque no estamos en combate y como veis, en realidad no me está haciendo daño, pero...
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
No me va a gustar, ¿verdad?
I don't know. I doubt it. I've never liked it, that's for sure. Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Arl Eamon exactly? I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Arl Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my...
Qué bonito, las tramas medievalescas.
Ha! Yes, I guess it does at that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
Hola, Aika, ¿cómo estamos?
Why wouldn't he?
Dibujea,
He was King Marek's
dibujea.
best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Arl Eamon
Dibujear es
eventually married
bien.
a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
Qué bonito.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence. I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall. And it shattered. Stupid thing to do. The Arl
Pues yo
came by
estoy
the monastery a few
fastidiadilla,
times
no
to
te
see
voy
how
a
I
negar
was.
que estoy fastidiadilla y no sé si voy a
I
aguantar
hated it
mucho.
there and blamed him for everything. And eventually he just stopped coming. And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that, I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a
Sí.
good man and well loved by
Sí,
the people.
hoy es uno
He
de
also
esos
was King
días.
Kaelin's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
¿En qué posición me
Some
dejas a mí?
nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens. Welcome to the club.
Ay, de verdad que colleja tiene a veces Alistair. Bueno, bienvenidos a Risco Rojo. Risco Rojo luego aparece otra vez en Dragon Age Inquisition. Y tal, admirar la belleza de los paisajes. No puedo entrar por ahí, no. Ojalá pudiera darle colleja.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help
Bueno,
us?
como vais a ver ahora, problemas.
Oh. Then you don't know. Has nobody out there heard? He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army
Es que
to
es eso, o
defend
sea,
us.
es como
No
sitio al que
arm and
vamos,
no
sitio
king
donde
to
hay
send us
problemas, ¿vale?
So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Bantigan.
Bueno, a ver, ya bastante con la ruina, ¿sabes? O sea,
He'll want to see you.
Bantigan,
bastante que tienes que ir a enfrentarte a un ejército de zombies guiados por un dragón zombie también, ¿sabes? O sea, no sé, a mí me parece una buena premisa. Luego vas a Torre del Círculo, problemas. Risco Rojo, problemas. Como si no fuese un problema ya de por sí convencer a la gente de que viene la ruina.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They're obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Bantigan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though I'm just as surprised about that as you are, believe me.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
Sí, básicamente parece ser el plan de esta gente.
So, you are a Grey Warden as well? Is it possible we've met? You seem very familiar. Ah, yes, that's it, exactly. A pleasure to meet you indeed, though I wish it were under better circumstances.
Teniendo en cuenta que mi padre está muerto porque lo mató otro Arl, que presumiblemente nos la haya liado por el señor Loghain, ¿sabes? Tengo la duda de si queréis que haga Awakening también, o sea, la expansión del juego, o pasemos directamente al 2.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible
Gracias,
battle.
Castalia. Los lurks siempre son bienvenidos. Tú siempre eres bienvenida y todos siempre sois bienvenidos, ya lo sabéis.
Means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Había leído Murloc y yo en plan de venga.
Before night falls, I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle. This is hardly the time to be discussing personal details, don't you think? We will have to fight for our lives very
La
shortly.
voz de Morrigan.
I beg your pardon, my lady. Where are my manners? What would you like to know? I don't know. If Connor lives, he'll be the Arl, and I'll need to help him with it. If he's... well, I don't want to think about that. After the first attack, I wanted to go for help, but I couldn't just leave these people. The Banon gear up to battle Loghain, while Darkspawn loom to the south. Loghain won't send anyone, so Redcliffe is on its own. Skilled enough to know there are many far better than myself. Oh, you mean, am I married? No, I've never had the pleasure. If I did, I'd be lucky to find a woman as lovely as yourself. If I may be so bold, what of you, my lady? Are you married?
No.
I find that hard to believe. Surely that is a crime somewhere. But I am too bold, my lady. This is hardly the time for such
Yo
banter. Please
tengo la
accept
teoría
my
de que
apology.
cualquiera que se case con Boadica se sentiría amenazado. Jaja,
I'm
no
glad.
pasa nada.
What else would you like to know? Good, then my secrets are still safe. I was worried for a moment there. I have those few who returned from their quest.
¿Quieres
You
un
know
rapidito?
this, yes?
Aquí no existe la opción ¿quieres un rapidito? Creo que solo puedes echar rapiditos con cebra. O sea,
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more. Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss. We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible. I do not know. They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest injuries.
Undead, spirits possessing the dead. There could be several causes behind such a thing, none of them pleasant.
Very well.
por eso me he
Lucky
traído
with-
Morrigan a esta batalla.
What do you need? There is not much daylight left.
Yo sé que Morrigan no quiere,
Very well.
no
Luck be
quiere
with
que
you,
ayude a la
friend.
peña, que nos centremos, pero es que si no ayudamos a esta peña,
Let us pray.
da igual lo que hagamos, ¿vale? O sea, no vamos a poder seguir la misión. Lo siento mucho. Ah, un libro.
I'm scared, Mother. One of the bad men comes.
Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet. Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
Qué
How
tristeza.
terrible. You poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too. He said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He
Se llama
doesn't
estrés
understand she's
postraumático,
gone.
If
totalmente.
he's foolishly run off, then he is no doubt dead. You should get used to that fact.
Joder,
Nice.
Morrigan,
Maybe
qué
you want to
bonito.
keep your head while you're at it.
Shall we comfort her with lies? If she is to face death, better she face it honestly.
Coño, es que hay forma de decirlo de otra manera, no sé, ¿sabes?
That would be awful. You will. Thank you
Al menos
so
si está
much.
muerto, le
Please
decimos que
find
está
him.
muerto. ¿Sabes? O sea, a estas alturas ya estará muerto. No sé, le puedes decir las cosas de otra manera, muy tranquilote, ¿sabes?
Walking
Still no sign of them coming back from the castle, Murdoch.
Tell them to... So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I didn't think they made women Grey Wardens.
Tiene un problema de control de la ira. Pues sí. Yo creo que a los engendros tenebrosos les importe
You
que
had
los mata.
noticed there aren't darkspawn around these parts. Not yet, anyway. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's
Vamos a ver,
Murdoch.
me acabas de conocer lo primero que dices. No pensaba que hubiera mujeres en los guardas grises y tú con cara de...
Fair enough. What can I do for you? We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help. His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business
De
started.
hijas va el asunto.
He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first. We could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwin in the militia would help a lot, but he flat out refuses.
¿Por qué todo el mundo se niega a ayudar en estas
Lives near
situaciones?
the lake. Locked himself up in his home with some of his workers, he has. Says he doesn't need any of us.
Ya,
We
pero
could use somebody with his fighting experience.
no
but
sé,
he
o
won't
sea,
come
no
out.
es cuestión de que nos necesites,
Right.
sino de que
Let's hope
nosotros
for
te
some
necesitamos. Bueno, entonces hemos dicho... El Lotharin ya tenía todas las misiones. Menos esa, y no lo voy a hacer porque... ¿Para qué?
They say your mother is Flemeth, a witch of the Kukari Wilds.
They also say that washing your feet in winter makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right, and they are right in this.
You know the stories about...
Of course. You think my mother would let me go without telling me all the stories of her youth?
My mother told me stories too. She was the one who kindled my love of the old tales and legends.
My mother's stories curdled my blood and haunted my dreams. No little girl wants to hear about the wilder men her mother took to her bed, using them till they were spent, then killing them.
¡Ostras!
No little girl wants to be told that this is also expected of her once she comes of age.
I see.
No,
Leliana
you don't.
se ha quedado con cara
Really don't.
de la leche que me manda a mí preguntar. ¿Por qué he preguntado? No tendría que haber preguntado. Más o menos, esa es la cara que se me ha quedado. Por saco.
If you must.
Yes?
Nada, que os marchéis todos. Venid todos para acá. Estáis en todo el medio, tío.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home. Apology accepted. The name's Dwin. Pleased to meet you. Now get out.
¿Qué haces aquí encerrado?
Surviving. We have supplies to last for quite some time. And my boys and I can swing a weapon better than any of those fools out there. You look more than competent. With you out there, they don't really need me, do they? Maybe. Let's hear what you've got. It's tempting. Risking my neck for
Yo estaba pensando en eso cuando la he seleccionado.
You might just be able to pull that off. Fine. I'll throw in with the militia. For now. You better be out there too when the sun goes down. I'm not fighting for a lost cause, you hear me?
Vale, una cosa menos. Hay algo que le pueda... No puedo. No le puedo robar nada. Lastimica. Tristesica. Es de índole más personal. Y yo ahí en plan de... se refería a un casquete y no lo he pillado. La chachidad. La chachidad. Vale.
Stop fidgeting.
I don't like being out here.
O sea, todo esto, ¿a dónde estoy yendo? De hecho, que había un tío en la herrería.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left. I'm the bloody blacksmith, and this is my shop. There's nothing of interest here anymore, whoever you are. So you best
¡Qué
move along.
borde!
All right. Let me undo the locks.
Soy muy persuasiva.
All I ask is that you don't make any
Tengo que
trouble.
tener una voz super sexy. No se oye, pero yo la tengo.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are? Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted? My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's
La desesperación
dead,
habla
or
por
soon
ti.
to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village or anyone. I'm an old man. Everyone knows we aren't making it through the night.
Obviamente,
Or are you going to save us?
es
Is
lo que
that so?
pretendo.
Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe
Vamos
that.
a ver, porque me lo
It'd
creo.
do me the
Me lo
world of good
creo.
to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night. If you look for Velena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for the militia. I can do that much. Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can. I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
Right then.
Sí, y te voy a mandar a
It
ti,
seems I have
Morrigan.
some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Oh, Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know.
Bueno, pues ya
I've
está
got a lot
apañado
to do
todo,
now, so you'll have to excuse
porque
me.
somos don apaños. Con Morrigan nunca termino de llevarme bien.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantigan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget. I hope you're right. We may just be village folk, but we're going to fight like there's no tomorrow. You'll find him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north. I have a good feeling about tonight.
Porque estoy yo. Siempre hay un buen presentimiento mientras yo esté aquí. Chan chan.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Chantry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. Oh, you never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.
Madre mía, Alistair, no eres más tonto porque no te entrenas, de verdad. Tonto de tontería.
Ah, sort of like
Yeah.
coming home again,
Cosas.
but with more undead.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Van Tegan is to see you here. I must admit I do not know quite how to address you. Is my lady sufficient? As you wish, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost. When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here. We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. He brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish. As you wish. We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
Vale, ahora Zumi, explícame qué significa la BRB.
That gladdens my heart to hear it. No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are. As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
Le he dicho que me llame Boadica y me llama como le sale del culo. Me encanta. Ah, vale. A ver, a mí me tenéis que hablar en un idioma que entienda. Y no suelen ser muchos, así que... con tranquilidad y paciencia.
You are a stranger amongst us, yet you still agree to defend our village in its darkest hour. We are most grateful to you.
Vale, aquí estaremos.
I will be grateful of your attempt, even if it fails. We can ask no more. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
How awful this must be for you all. Is this everyone who's left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task? I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give. I can pray with them and give them my blessing, but Sir Perth wants me to call upon the Maker to shield them from evil.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that. I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
¿Por qué nos estarán dando un código C de posesión demoníaca?
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal. Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Must we do this? The faith that will protect these men must come from their heart, surely.
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice. Of course I do. These are Maker's symbols. What better protection could we ask for? I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last. No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are. As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over
¿Volviste?
me.
He ganado aprobación de Morrigan, no me lo puedo creer.
Mother Hannah's amulets have greatly bolstered my men's confidence. You couldn't have armed us with any better than our faith in the Maker. There is still time before the sun goes down. If you have not yet spoken to Murdoch, or if there is anything you have planned... Good luck to you then, and may the Maker watch over us all.
Vamos a morir todos, lo sabéis, ¿no?
Get to your positions! Make ready!
It's time, men. Know that we fight for the Maker.
Got it.
otro, ahí viene otro.
last of them, I'm sure. That's not the last of them, I'm sure.
Se me ha perdido Morrigan por ahí por el camino.
Dawn arrives, my friends, and all of us remain. We are victorious. And it is these good folk you see beside me that we have to thank for our lives today. Without their heroism, surely we would all have perished. I bow to you, dear lady. The Maker smiled on us when he sent you here in our darkest hour. Allow me to offer you this, the helm of Sir Ferris the Red, my great-uncle and hero of Ferelden. He would approve passing it to one so worthy. Take it then, and use it in good health.
Let us bow our heads.
Se le ha quedado la cabeza en plan de...
Gave their lives in defense of Redcliffe. Now they walk with he who is their maker. Long may they know the peace of his love.
With the Maker's favor, the blow we delivered today is enough for me to enter the castle and seek out your Arl. Be wary and watch for signs of renewed attack. We shall return with news as soon as we are able. Now, we've no time to waste. Meet me at the mill. We can talk further there.
We have been victorious beyond all expectations. Surely the Maker smiled upon us this day. I will remain here to guard the village and receive any fellow knights as they continue to return. At least until the castle is retaken.
Odd how quiet the castle looks from here. You would think there was nobody inside at all. But I shouldn't delay things further. I had a plan. To enter the castle after the village was secure. There is a secret passage here, in the mill, accessible only to my family. I had no idea what lurked in the castle, and I couldn't abandon the people of the village. What if... Maker's breath.
Tigan, thank the Maker, you yet live.
Isolde, you're alive. How did you... What has happened?
I do not have much time to explain. I slipped away from the castle as soon as I saw the battle was over, and I must return quickly. And I need you to return with me, Tigan. Alone. What? Who is this woman, Tigan?
You remember me, Lady Isolde, don't you?
Alistair. Of all the... Why are you here?
They are Grey Wardens, Isolde. I owe them my life.
Pardon me, I would exchange pleasantries, but... considering the circumstances...
Please, Lady Isolde, we had no idea anyone was even alive within the castle. We must have some answers.
I know you need more of an explanation, but I don't know what is safe to tell. Tegan, there is a terrible evil within the castle. The dead waken and haunt the living. The maid responsible was caught, but still it continues.
Hola, bulto. No sé cuánto duraré. Lo mismo 5 minutos, lo mismo me tiro aquí hasta las 8.
He has seen so much death. You must help him, Tegan. You are his uncle. You could reason with him. I do not know what else to do. He is being kept alive so far, thank the Maker.
Kept alive? Kept alive by what?
Something the mage unleashed. So far it allows Eamon, Connor, and myself to live. The others were not so fortunate. It killed so many, and turned their bodies into walking nightmares. Once it was done with the castle, it struck the village. It wants us to live, but I do not know why. It allowed me to come for you, Tegan, because I begged, because I said Connor needed help. I do not know. Oh, Maker's mercy.
Vamos a ver, muertos vivientes. Un mal que se ha desatado. Tiene que ser un demonio, no me fastidies.
You must come back with me, Tegan. Please. I beg your pardon. It's a rather impertinent accusation. An evil I cannot fathom holds my son and husband hostage. Came for help. What more do you want from me? Tegan, I do not have much time. What if it thinks I'm betraying it? It could kill Connor. Please come back with me. Must I beg? For Connor's sake. I promised I would return quickly and only with Tegan. Tegan, I know you could order your men to follow me when I return to the castle. I beg you not to. For Connor's sake.
The king is dead, and we need my brother now more than ever. I will return to the castle with you, Isolde.
Thank the Maker. Bless you, Tegan. Bless you.
I have no illusions of dealing with this evil alone. You, on the other hand, have proven quite formidable. Isolde, can you excuse us for a moment? We must confer in private before I return to the castle with you.
Please do not take too long. I will be by the bridge.
Here's what I propose. I go in with Isolde, and you enter the castle using the secret passage. My signet ring unlocks the door. Perhaps I will distract whatever evil is inside and increase your chances of getting in unnoticed. What do you say?
Y ya está, me toca hacerlo todo a mí.
Men can watch for danger at the castle entrance. If you can open the gates from within, they can move in and help you. I don't think there's anyone else who can help you. If you choose not to go, then it's up to me to do what I can. Here is my signet ring. It will open the lock on the door in the mill. Whatever you do, Eamon is the priority here. If you have to, just get him out of there. Isolde, me, and anyone else, we are expendable. You're a good woman. The Maker smiled on me indeed when he sent you to Redcliffe.
So we are just going to send him with that woman? It seems so dangerous.
But I can delay no longer. Allow me to bid you farewell. And good luck.
Pues... A ver, si no recuerdo mal, lo que viene ahora es un poco peñazo. Porque recorre el castillo mientras te atacan, básicamente. Hasta que llegas ya al fondo del asunto y luego es otro peñazo. Menos mal que no llevo un mago. Así que, como estoy un poco chof, lo vamos a dejar aquí, ¿vale? Si me apetece mañana seguiré con Dragon Age. Si no, pues día de descanso. Y bueno, el lunes volvemos con artisteando. A ver si termino ya a la doña. Y ya seguiría con Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Así que nada, voy a guardar para que veáis que no... Y lo vamos a dejar aquí, pero os voy a mandar algún streaming chulo, que seguro que hay gente. Si es que estoy un poco chof, si no seguiríamos y haríamos todo Risco Rojo. Pero como estoy chof, pues allí que vais. Pasadlo bien, ¿vale? Y nos vemos eso mañana.